Shalom and good day all, this is Tehillim29 back again for another indie graphic novel review. And as you can see here, I am covering something in relation to the Rippaverse, and it is Isom number 2. So let's see if this story improves from the last one and it goes a little bit higher than 6.5, which is what the last one got. So first things first is in relation to the covers. So do these covers in any way, shape or form connect to something that is happening inside with the story? The first one definitely does. The second definitely does. Though I think Shane Davis's cover could have put a little bit more effort into it and maybe even raised the character of Avery up so you could actually see a little bit more of the costume. Seeing he does get like a bit of a new costume in this. So for the first cover, the main cover, I give it a 7.5 out of 10. And I think, I know EVS also did one of these. I think he had a bit of a connection to one of the covers. I know Shane Davis did. Of course, Gabe Altaeb and anyone else that I missed. For the second cover, a 7.5 out of 10. Because you do actually get to see these two characters within the story of what they are. And for the third, I give a 7 out of 10. Now, I'll get things ready and organized so we can have a bit of a look inside in relation to the story and the art and what's happening with the characters inside. So as we move into having a look around the beginning of the story, we end up meeting one of the villains, which is known as Shadran. And I do actually like the appearance of Shadran on the main cover. Just in here, he doesn't look as intimidating. That's something that's a bit of a negative in relation to this. And nor does Avery Silman, who is Isom in this. As we move a little bit further within the story, we're still sort of like a little bit close towards the middle. We get the introduction of Gooding and how he is attending to a scene to which Isom is at. We get to move to one of the arenas that is in Florispark, and slowly meeting to Isom's introduction to the character of Bloodroof and the introduction of a bit of an unknown character. So for the internal art, I decided to give it a bit of a 6.5 out of 10. Yes, it has sort of dropped just a little bit in quality. Next is the area of the story rating, to which consists of time, location, and cast. But after I address those items, I'll be moving into the pros and cons of this particular volume. So first things first, starting off with the area of time, to which we have years ago being used, but it also looks like we are brought back to the present, and that didn't feel like it was like being readdressed to show that we were being brought back to the present, to which it also does lose some points. Next is the location. Now, we've got quite a number of locations in here. So we had Projexis, we had the Alpha Core headquarters, we had the ranch, we also had Club Merc, we had the arena, which was shown in the images. We returned back to the Settle Ranch, the Settleback Mountain, to which is a location to which Avery Silman ended up meeting Bloodroof. Next is the cast of characters, consisting of Alterna, Darren. We had Lincoln. Of course, we have Avery, who is Isom. We had Shadra. We had Cedric. We had, I think that's Mr. Silman, Gooding, Yaira, of course, the members of Alpha Corps, someone by the name of Joe. Joe, bloody weird name. I think it could have actually been fixed up a little bit more. Larry, Mrs. Wilford, and last but not least, we had the character of Bloodroof. Now, before I move into my overall rating for the story, I want to address the pros and cons of this particular book. The pros being the minor exploration of the universe. So basically, what we're seeing in relation to Fluorospark, but also some of the things that are in Fluorospark. So whether it's something that might be a little bit outside of it, as well as some of the things that are in it. That is something that I did actually like. Next is the epilogue. So the thing towards the very end that prepares us for like the next chapter. And last but not least, the introduction of some of the new characters. That's about all that I sort of liked in this. The cons, at the beginning, to which we end up getting like a bit of a flashback where it addresses years ago, and we know it's got a connection with Avery Silman and Shadra. Then we have, so I don't think it brought the reader back to the present day properly. Next is get Mike Patika as an editor on this thing. Right? It might actually help you sell a lot more. Let me say one thing. I would rather have my harshest critic working alongside me than my shilling, soft-hearted fan who would be so easy to get drunk on, oh, this is great. I'm just putting out some facts. And last but not least, it does need to expand on some of the characters' abilities. Like, even if you put like a mini profile in relation to each of the characters, like, it wouldn't have to be very big, but I think it would definitely help the story. But my overall rating is a 6.5 out of 10. Until then, let's keep it colorful and have yourself an awesome day.